everyone. Welcome to Connected with Carrie. This is season 3, episode 4. First, I want to give a shout out to everyone who's tuned in to my shows. I'm doing shows Tuesday nights, Saturday nights. So those of you who continuously watch me, I appreciate everyone who's tuned in. Tora, this is the first time to my show. Welcome so very much. I am pleased to have you here with me. This is amazing. My Saturday nights are usually my primetime slots, and we get upwards to about 150,000 listeners on a good night. So hopefully I'll have you a good audience this evening. Yeah. So yes, welcome to the show. Please introduce yourself a little bit. That would be fabulous.
Hello, everybody. My name is Tora Wallison. I am entrepreneur, artist, singer-songwriter.
And that's it. That concludes. That's all you need to know. The rest is on our EPK. Everyone go to YouTube. Check it out. I'm totally good. You are, reading your bio, not like everyone. I try not to necessarily post up people's bios. I like to give little tidbits because then it kind of gives away the whole interview. And it's like, no, I want to be able to get them to talk a bit about themselves and that kind of stuff. But yeah, you were just a wee little munchkin when you first started your whole, I'd even say career of it all, because it is technically your career. You're about 4 or 5 years old when you first got started. So what did you start in? It was just dance first?
Well, it was typically, it's kind of hard to say because technically I was singing first because my mom talks about that my first words were in songs. So when I was just like months old, I was starting to form these, words, but it was always singing them. And so I always loved to sing. And then I started writing these little songs. I wrote a song about a guinea pig when I was 5. And I started taking dance classes probably when I was about 4 years old. And the reason why it was only dance classes is because the performing arts program that I really wanted to be in, it was like a youth organization. Their age limit was 5. So I was too young. So my mom was like, okay, well, sing along to Mariah Carey. I'll just play her music and then go dance in your dance class. So I was doing that. And then when I was 5, I went into this program for about 10 years, doing theater and singing and dancing and doing plays and all kinds of cool stuff. So.
Yeah. Was it like a school or was it just like a community kind of type of program?
Yeah, it was just like a nonprofit organization that, kids could, they pay like a monthly dues and they could do dance classes and musical theater. And it was kind of like a company also. So we did showcases twice a year, and then we did other performances all throughout the year. And we performed at like nursing homes and state fairs and malls and like all these types of situations. So
the usual kind of as you're growing up. Your mom's like, oh, let's drag you out. Let's go sing Christmas carols.
Right.
Okay. We have to. No, I think it's good. Like, that parents can do that. They start you off really young and get you involved in these things because not only just for like, getting used to performing, but also, just like a social thing too, because when you're really little, sometimes kids get so scared just talking to people. So it's really nice that she was able to, get you going right away and be like, okay, let's go here, let's go there, and, get used to kind of like the stage performing and things like that. So after that, what was like kind of like the next step?
Well, after that, by that time, I was, in school, middle school and high school, and both of my middle school and high school were performing arts schools. So I did dance, I did lab musical theater, I did drama, I did, singing, and I sang with the bands and all of that. So I went there, and then I started actually singing the national anthem for all of the like sporting events locally. I was doing hockey and baseball, basketball, football, and then I think I probably was about, I want to say 16 or 17, and no, 16, definitely 16. I started my I was in my first band and my a rock band, and yeah, and then I had 3 rock bands by the time I was 18, and then when I was 18, I signed my first solo record deal.
Nice.
And
So that's crazy. 3 rock bands. It's like usually you hear 1 rock band, you're like, no, just 3.
Right.
Whatever. If I'm not busy, I'm overly busy, and I just get into everything, right?
Yeah.
So
one of them is actually still on Spotify. It's called Less Than Famous.
Oh yeah,
So
awesome.
if you look that up, you can hear what I sound like singing to alternative rock music.
Nice. I know. I was reading I was like watching your EPK, and you're like that you don't just stick to one genre. That you do like a whole bunch of different genres. Mm-hmm. So I mean, being a rock band doesn't surprise me, but it might surprise other people that haven't really heard you before. So because I did listen to your 2021, your few releases that were there, and they were kind of like more like a sonnets, kind of nice, slow and gentle. And I was like, okay, let's see what else she's got. So yeah, it's really cool that you can have a wide variety of things. I want to jump into the whole X Factor thing because a lot of artists do watch this show, and I'm very like connected to a lot of artists, and kind of wanted to find out like how did you find out about it? How did you get into it? And then most importantly, what are the things that you kind of learned from it? Because you said you really learned a lot from it, and it was maybe a struggle in some aspects.
Well, how I found out about it, that's a funny story, actually. Because my mom, I guess, because she's always, looking for opportunities and signing me up for stuff and sending me things and all this. And so I guess she had seen this online audition, submit a video for X Factor, and X Factor was coming to the U.S. It was the very first year they were in the U.S., so it was like a big deal. And so I guess she sent a video of me singing, and about 6 months after she sent that, I didn't know she sent it until I got this email, and I confronted her like, is this spam? I thought it was like a scam or some kind of craziness. And I got this email, and it was super vague, which is why I thought it was a scam or something, because it was like we received your audition video for X Factor. Please contact us. And then it gave like a phone number and a name. And I was like, that's weird. So I sent it to her, and she's like, oh yeah, I submitted your video like 6 months ago. I'm like, wow. So that's how it started. And then they when I reached out to them, they had responded and said they wanted me to, if I could make it to Seattle, Washington, that they wanted me to just go right on stage and audition in front of the judges. No lines, no waiting, nothing. Just go right on stage. And so I was
where were you?
Well, I'll make it.
Yeah. Well, where were you living at the time?
I was in Tucson, Arizona. And I was actually doing this other competition that was local in Arizona that was called Lucky Break. And it was just this local singing competition. You win a bunch of money at the end of it. And so I was in the middle of that competition. And what was crazy is the finals night of that competition, I ended up winning. But before we started, we were supposed to leave that night to drive up to Seattle to do X Factor, the night of the finals of this other competition. So I'm sitting here, it's me against this one guy, like it's us left in this competition, this finals night. And I'm like I either way, whether I win or not, I'm leaving to Seattle to audition in front of Simon Cowell in 2 days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I did the performance, and what a way to start the X Factor trip is I won that show. So it was just this, series of events that set the whole thing off really nicely. And through the competition, I did learn a lot about myself as an artist. It was hard. It was strenuous, especially through boot camp. There was a series of rounds. There was probably like 7 or 8 different auditions within boot camp. It was about a week and a half long. And it was just a process of, they were just eliminating everybody. We went there with, I think it was 200 people, and we went from 200 people to 36 people. So during that competition, there were times when, you know, we didn't go to bed until 4 a.m. and they were banging on our doors at 5 a.m. like, get downstairs in 5 minutes. You have to rehearse and be on stage for another audition today. We had no idea what was going on. So it was literally like they were just trying. They were just trying us. They were literally trying us.
So yeah, they didn't give you like a little schedule of like, okay, today we're doing this.
They would be like, okay,
they wanted to see
next few days we'll have a series of auditions, so just be ready.
I mean, it's good, but it's like, you must have been exhausted. Like,
it was
seriously
exhausted. It was, but you know, after it was all over, and then you know, I look back on it, and I look back at all the opportunities that I gained from it, and the blessing that Simon gave me by letting me go. It was a huge blessing in disguise, and you know, he told me that I wasn't meant for a competition where they needed literally a puppet. And he saw me as so diverse. I wasn't to be put in a box, pretty much is what he told me. So that made me strong enough to really just keep pursuing my dreams, you know, because you know, after getting eliminated off those competitions, it can be hard on some people. So saying that was like, oh wow, this is actually a good thing.
It is. I find like those types of struggles where it's like it's closing doors on you.
Yeah.
Is just opening that next door for like what's the bigger thing to come. Pushes you to like, okay, well, I'm not meant to be here. Where do I need to go next? And then you know, whatever. I know everything just sort of falls into place and you find.
Oh yes, definitely.
Yeah, exactly. So that's good. And then what did you decide? What was like the next thing that you were really like, okay, well, now that I can't do this, what did you hop into next?
Well, after X Factor, I went back to Arizona and I literally locked myself in my bedroom for about a month and wrote a full album. I wrote and produced it, and the release show was a huge success. And from the exposure from X Factor, after I ended up releasing this album, independent label hit me up from Miami and said that they wanted to sign me and they wanted to come to this album release show and kind of see what I had put together. I put the whole show together. I choreographed the dances, taught the dancers, taught the singers, the background vocals. I literally did everything for this release show. And so they were so impressed, they wanted to come and see what I did. And so they came all the way from Miami to Tucson, Arizona, and, you know, saw my show and literally offered me a contract right there. And I was like, yeah, let's go. And I moved to Miami for a year.
Nice. See, it was just all meant to be.
Oh yeah. And that opportunity spawned all these other opportunities within themselves. So
yeah. If you like look back at all that, is there anything that you would change at all through that whole process? Yes. I would say that when opportunity's knocking at your door, sometimes you have to oversee all of the pleasures that are put in your face, like the money, the cars, all that stuff. You have to oversee that and stick to business and stick to the bigger picture. Because all that stuff will come, but there's so much more of a bigger picture with life. So yeah, because I would imagine being young and you do see everything flash and you're like, oh, this would be great, this would be great,
and they suck you in with that. Labels suck you in with that.
Yeah. Have you, like, what's probably the worst experience that you had through everything to date?
The worst? Oh. Hmm. Like industry experience or like any life experience?
Anything at all?
Um, I mean, I've had some abusive boyfriends that were really horrible experiences. I think were probably worse than getting screwed over in the industry. Um, one of which disabled my left arm, and I can't play guitar with my left. I would have to learn on my completely other arm if I want to play guitar. So that's
Oh
probably
no.
one of the worst because it has longevity in the effect of the experience. So yeah,
Yeah. What so do you just do like physiotherapy for that?
I try. There's some really severe nerve damage, so I just don't have feeling in half of my hands. And they said over time it'll get better, but when COVID hit, I couldn't go to physical therapy anymore. And then I was still doing the exercises, but she did this. She had this machine thing that like sucked
Oh,
my thing. I don't know. It was like it was like really crazy, and like I don't know where to get that machine. It's probably $1 billion. You know what I mean?
yeah. Oh no, I'm really sorry to hear about that.
No, that's okay. I mean, it's a long time ago. It's
What's
just life.
yeah. Okay, well, what's a positive thing that you learned from that? What would you say is really positive from it?
Don't get sucked into toxic relationships, and if you know it's toxic, get out of it and don't be in denial.
Been there,
Right.
done that.
We all have to go through that to learn that we are better than that and we are worth, way
Mhm.
more than that.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, we could have a whole huge discussion on that
Oh,
just
right. We
alone.
could have a whole show
You
about
know,
it. I have a
I don't
song
want to.
about it.
Do you really?
Yes,
Do you want to play that?
It's called Stone Cold.
Do you want to play that, or do you want to play something else?
I'll play something a little newer, but on if anybody is at home listening after they are done listening, go to an online platform and look up Stone Cold.
Okay.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
Okay. So yes, if you want to play something for us, because I know we're on a time crunch for you, because you have a meeting after. We have about 12 minutes left. So yeah, if you want to play something, that would be just wonderful.
Okay, let me just scoot this here.
Okay.
So don't mind the cheapo keyboard because my show keyboard is in the Bay Area and I'm currently in Los Angeles. So don't mind that.
Okay. Do a little refresher there.
All right, I don't know what I'm going to play for you today. Okay. I guess I'll play. Get some volume. I guess I'll play America.
Oh yes, that's a good one.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. I'll just give you a snippet because you guys have to go and listen to it on the full version online. And the music video is out on YouTube too, so you can. Oh wait, I'm not cutting myself.
Okay.
You can watch the music video on YouTube. All right. Fighting back in American nights, you just don't know where I started. Take a stand with a woman or man, you just can't get what you want. What the hell happened to all the real explosions? Take a step with a woman and man and get it all out the day. Whoa, 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 what happened to America? Whoa, whoa, I'm giving it all I got. What happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? What happened?
That's so beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
I love it. Oh, okay. Tell us a little bit about that.
So that song, I wrote it when, well, I actually started writing the lyrics to it. Trying to set this back up. When Trump became president. And then I kind of, had all this other stuff that I was dealing with. And then when COVID hit, I kind of, I was like, man, I should just really just release this song. So yeah, I kind of finished it up and released it, and yeah.
Do you think COVID's been good? Like, has it really helped you to push you to get a lot of stuff released?
Yes and no. I mean, on one hand, I've been so busy trying to, get work and trying to, because my school also closed down, and I had to deal with all this drama with that, and they were doing fishy stuff, and I had to find another school, and no one wanted to give me the same scholarship. So there was all this. So I kind of got sidetracked by, and then I guess I might not have created as much as I should have been during COVID, or I could have been, but I was really focused on a lot of other things, just trying to get everything back on track, trying to figure out what I'm going to do with my life now, because everything was closed down or changing or, not happening anymore, including my tour.
Yeah.
I had a tour booked, so.
Yeah. Okay, is there another, my station manager, he's like, do you want to see if there's another like upbeat song that you would like to sing and kind of close it out?
I don't know if I play any upbeat songs on the piano. My piano music is mostly like kind of emotional.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's fine. I just sometimes he'll ask me.
Otherwise, I hire a band and they play like my upbeat stuff, or I like perform to a track.
Yeah, that's okay. Get your band in here. Where are they at?
I know.
Yeah, no, it's perfectly fine. I mean, that's understandable, but it is beautiful. Like all the music that I've listened to is very beautiful, and I can tell, you put a lot of work into it, and it's so amazing. So, keep pushing and doing so wonderful, because you are just an amazing artist overall, an amazing person overall. Like just everything that I've looked at, like just it's so crazy. So yeah, I'm gonna ask you a bunch of like speed questions.
Okay.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
There's only like 5 now. There's only 5, so it's good. Okay. All right. So Disneyland or Walt Disney World?
I've never been to Disney World. So I'd say Disney World because I really want to go.
Okay. I might get in trouble with this one, but
Uh-oh.
X Factor, or America's Got Talent?
Oh, neither.
Oh, okay. Why?
Because they all screw artists over. They're just looking to make money off of you. So
Okay.
I vote for the show that's like all about helping independent artists do it on their own and run their own businesses and run their own lives.
There you go.
So let's create that.
That's a good answer. I love that answer, actually.
It'll be called the singing reality show against all other singing reality shows.
Torres reality singing, whatever. Let's start something.
Right.
Okay. So now I know you're in reality TV. I know that you like it. So Big Brother or Survivor?
I actually watch more like nonfiction films than I do reality. I'm not a reality TV kind of person because it's not really reality. It's kind of there's it's like always partially scripted. So I'm like, unless they're gonna actually do reality, like I'm not interested.
Like I want to do any reality.
My mom's super into those shows, though. I know about most of them because she's always watching them, or I catch. She'll be like, "Come watch Survivor with me," or "Come watch American Idol." She loves American Idol. But
that's good too. That is good. I enjoy it too. Well, I always like to see all the different rounds, whatever show it is, whether it's X Factor or America's Got Talent. I always like to see who's going to progress, but I also know a little bit of it is rigged, and you're like, okay, well, let's just see what happens.
You know that show where they do that like obstacle course and they get like, it's called Wipeout. They get like wiped out. That's cool.
The big balls.
I would love to do that, actually. That's like my
There's actually like a Chinese or Japan type of an edition, Kamashi's Castle or something like that. Look it up. It is so funny. They run up this whole entire wall up to like this castle, and they do all these, like, to run down this whole thing. It's so awesome. Okay, it's so funny.
Yeah.
It is so cool. It's funny. Okay. And they do like this whole dub over thing because it's like into Japanese, right? But they have like the dub over, and it's just like the funniest thing ever. Okay. Acting or singing?
That's a hard choice. Yeah, because they both express different parts of like a therapeutic, situational. Probably singing. Because I can.
Okay.
I act when I sing anyway, so.
There you go. Both in one. Okay. Because I know you're into cars and you're a mechanic. So muscle cars or trucks?
Muscle cars. I do love trucks.
Yeah. Trucks are fun. I mean, they are.
But it's got to either be like huge, like quad cab, like 1500, or it's got to be like an old classic step side.
Yeah. What about, do you prefer like Ford or Dodge?
Ford. But
Ford.
I'm not saying that Dodge doesn't have good cars, because they do have a lot of really good cars.
Yeah, I'm a Dodge girl.
But it's kind of a thing for you.
Ford. Yeah, like Ford has some really nice models out there, and I'm going, yeah, it's a toughie. Yeah, it really is. Okay, so let's wrap up because we're at our time, and because I know you have a meeting now. So first of all, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, and then if you want to let everyone know where they can find you as well, that would be fabulous. And I hope that I can have you back, hopefully.
Yeah, definitely.
In a little while. Yeah, that would be so great.
Well, my website is torawallishin.com. And then my Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook is all at Tora Wallishin. And then my Twitter is just reverse, my last name first, Wallishin Tora.
Okay. Perfect. And then, of course, are you on all music platforms like
Yeah.
Amazon?
And it's really easy if you're looking for something that you use, because I know everybody uses a different streaming device or platform or whatever. But if you just type my name into Google, they'll all come up and you can click on whichever one you want to use. So.
Perfect. Okay. When is the next thing going to be released that we can look forward to?
So my next thing that's being released is is the music video for my song Anaerobic. It's the song Anaerobic can be found on all streaming platforms as well. It's on the America album. Excuse me. And then the music video for Anaerobic will be coming out July 4th, the 4th of July, Independence Day. So stay tuned for that. It's actually the first animated music video I'll be releasing, so it's very exciting for the team.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So sweet. Okay. Well, we won't keep you any longer, but thank you again so very much for coming on Connected with Carrie here on Jess FM, and we'll get a hold of you again shortly and have you back on and talk about your new release that will be coming out shortly. So thank you so very much.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you so much. Have a great night.
You too.
Bye.
Good
night.
night.